Good morning, everybody. Got a little story time for you that I thought would amuse you. I was thinking about this one this afternoon, and I thought, boy, just tell this one on a story time because I think everybody will get a charge out of this. Back several years ago, I was sitting one day talking to some friends of mine on the ham radio, and there was one young man that would get on the radio with us once in a while and talk to us and tell us about his experiences in high school. But every once in a while, he'd get in trouble, and the first thing his parents would take away from him was his radio privileges. So we knew if we didn't hear from him in a few days, that he was probably in trouble again and couldn't get on the radio. And this had gone on, pretty much through the whole school year. We was rolling around into springtime, and young man's name was John. So I'm talking to some fellas on the radio one day, and one of them said, "Hey, haven't heard from John in a few days. What's become of him?" And I knew that John would be listening. If he couldn't talk, he would be listening. So I said, "Well, you know how John is. He can't seem to stay out of trouble. Every time he gets in trouble, his folks won't let him get on the radio. So he's in trouble again." And the fellow I was talking to said, "Well, what on earth you reckon that he did this time to get in trouble?" And I said, "Well, I know all about it. I know what he did." And he said, "Well, tell me." I said, "Well, his science teacher had assigned everybody in the class to write a paper on the cosmos. And told them, now you can write it on anything you want to write it on as long as it has something to do with the cosmos." And I mean, there's all kinds of things out there that you can write about, but I'm going to just, leave it up to you. I'm not going to give you any suggestions or nothing. You're on your own to research this, and you've got a week to write the story and get it submitted in here for your grade. And so John had thought and thought and thought about what he was going to write this paper on, and he couldn't make up his mind. And so one day he was sitting in the library thinking about this paper, saying, "I got to get this paper wrote. Time's running out on this thing." And he looked over at the magazine rack that they had there in the library, and he said, "Hey, that's exactly what I will write my paper on right there. That's a perfect topic." And the name of the essay that he wrote was called "The Story of Black Holes." But the problem was that the magazine that he was getting his information out of was called Proctology Today. Well, of course, the folks I was talking to on the radio, they got a huge charge out of that. And they're saying, "Oh, say that ain't so, say it ain't so, say he didn't do such thing as that." And they're laughing. And I said, "Well, you know how John is. He just can't seem to stay out of trouble." Well, John couldn't talk on the radio, but he was listening. And my computer email started lighting up, and John sending me emails, and it said, "I didn't do that. Tell him I didn't do that." And I wrote back and I said, "Shut up, John. I'm making you famous."